All right, you guys, so we're going to talk about body awareness. This is a really, really important part of being mindful of your body and what it's doing, where it's moving, how it's moving. And when we have pain, our initial instinct is to want to avoid paying attention to that area of the body. But again, keep in mind, the message that I've been trying to get across to you this whole time has been when you're having pain, this is a direct message from your body to you that you need to pay attention to what's going on and that there's a problem. So we're going to learn to be mindful of our bodies today. When clients come to me with lower back pain, I almost always see them in a poor position of body mechanics. So what does that mean? Okay, most of the clients that come into me with lower back pain, they're experiencing an excessive lordotic curve. Okay, so what's that? Well, a lordotic curve comes from your lumbar spine, okay, and that's where your spine at the bottom curves in a little bit, okay? So if we're looking at my lumbar curve, okay, that's about from here to here. You've got from L1 to L5, okay? And when clients come to me with an excessive lordotic curve, I often see them like this, okay? So we see this a lot in dancers, right? We've got the booty out, we have the hips dumping forward. That's called an anterior pelvic tilt, okay? And we do this a lot, right, when we wear heels. So ladies that like to wear heels, what's this do? It literally does the exact position and puts you in that accentuated lumbar curve. This puts a lot of pressure on your lumbar spine. This puts a lot of compressional forces on those lumbar vertebrae, makes it very susceptible to herniations, to blowing out your back, to injuries, okay? It sticks your booty out, it sticks your boobs out, and it makes you look great, but it makes you feel terrible, okay? So if you are gonna wear heels, it's really important that you do this self-care, which we're gonna get into, so that you understand what you can do to avoid having this pain and avoid these compensation patterns. So how do we be mindful of our body mechanics? Well, we know here that we want to get out of this lumbar curve. We want to somehow rebalance these hips that are dumping forwards, because what that's doing is it's causing us to really overuse a lot of these back erectors that are not supposed to be stabilizers, and it's completely turning off your transverse abdominis. Your transverse abdominis is one of the most important muscles of your intrinsic core because it is that V muscle. And what it's doing is it's helping you stabilize that pelvis and prevent a lot of that hip tilting, right? A lot of that anterior pelvic tilt. It keeps us strong, it keeps us stable, and it keeps us out of back pain. So throughout your day, one thing that I want you to start to be mindful of is, where is your posture? How are you standing? How are you sitting? Are you slumped over in your seat at work? For my desk workers, I always like to recommend utilizing a stability ball, right? A big yoga ball that you can sit on at work, because what that actually does is actually forces you to be more in that upright position, so you can notice if you're slumping, if you're arching backwards, and it makes you much more mindful because you have to stabilize and stay sturdy. But when you're walking throughout the day, when you're sitting, I want you to be mindful of this muscle here, this transverse abdominis muscle. I always want you to be able to feel attention and awareness here, okay? Especially for the next couple weeks where we're really trying to focus on the rehab and the areas that we are supposed to bring attention to, okay? So when you're, let's just say standing, I want you to stand up for me now, and I want you to stand nice and tall. Do a little loosey-goosey, flow your body around a little bit, and then just find homeostasis. Where are you, okay? Are you sitting in lumbar extension? Is your booty pushed all the way out? Excuse me? Is your chest forwards? Are you leaning forwards? Where are you sitting in space, okay? I'm gonna probably do what a lot of you are doing, and I'm gonna bring myself into a little bit of lumbar extension, okay? You can feel how this is actually putting a lot of that pressure on that low back, right? What I want you to do is I want you to imagine that you have a tail, and I want you to imagine pulling the tail between your legs, okay? What I don't want you to do is squeeze the crap out of your butt cheeks. I want you to keep the butt cheeks relaxed, but I want you to bring that tail underneath your butt, okay? Right through your legs, imagine you're grabbing it, okay? Now what I want you to bring awareness to is this muscle right through the front, right? This transverse abdominis, this V muscle. I want you to feel a little bit of a contraction there. Poke it, right? Poke around here. My women that have C-section scars, this might be a little bit difficult for you off the bat, which is why it's going to be really important for you to do some of the scar work that I will get into with you in some of these videos, because it's going to be really important for helping you bring more awareness to this transverse abdominal area. Scars take away our proprioceptive abilities, so it makes it harder for us to bring a contraction and an awareness to an area where there's a scar. And that goes for a scar anywhere. I myself have a scar right down the middle of my body, and it makes it difficult for me to have awareness of my intrinsic core very commonly. That's why I have to work every single day on these movements, on these body awareness exercises, so that I'm not sitting in lumbar extension and I'm really contracting and bringing awareness to my core. And that's what I want to teach you, and that's what I want you to get in the habit of. So when you're standing tall, I want you to be mindful of bringing your tail underneath your body without contracting the butt cheeks. Keep the butt cheeks nice and relaxed. I want you to contract that transverse abdominis, that V muscle in front, poke around a little bit, feel it. And now what I want you to do is imagine that I'm standing here and I'm yelling attention, right? I'm asking you to be in your attention state. So attention, okay? So we're nice and tall. Okay, I want you to imagine driving through the heels, lengthening your spine as high as you can. That tail's tucked under your body without the butt cheeks being contracted. You're feeling a slight contraction here in that lower belly underneath your belly button. And now I want you to imagine you're balancing this book on your head, okay? So now you're in a nice straight line and you're very upright. This is something that I want you guys to be thinking about regularly throughout your next couple of weeks. I always want you to be checking in with yourself throughout the whole day, while you're sitting in the car, while you're standing, if you're walking around at work. Are you slumped over, or are you nice and tall walking around? What are your core muscles doing? What are your low belly muscles doing? Are your butt cheeks tightened? Where's your head? Are you falling forward? Are you slouching forward? All of these are really important little pieces and little places where I want you to start being aware of what your body is doing and when it's doing that. A lot of my clients have really poor body mechanics in the car while they're driving. So that's a really important place where I'm trying to get them to be mindful of where are they in space, what is their body doing, and how are they sitting, right? Pay attention to you. Pay attention to your temple, pay attention to your body, because when you're not in a good position doing a specific activity, there's probably a reason for it, okay? Probably also the fact that you're not being aware of it, which is why I'm teaching you to be aware of it now. But all of these little posture cues, you know, being nice and tall, shoulders down and back, chest open, neck long, chin tucked in your attention state, ribs down. These are really important cues. So what I want you to leave here today with, one, what is your belly muscle doing here, right? Where is your tail? Where's your belly muscle? I want your neck long, your chin tucked behind you like an attention state, not tucked to your chest, pushed back, okay, like bobblehead, okay? And being upright with your shoulders back, your ribs staying down, and without your chest to the ceiling, okay? So again, booty, relax, feel your muscle here, chest wide, shoulders down and back, nice and tall, attention state. Chin's back. Beautiful job, guys. Be nice and aware of your body, and I hope this helped.